Welcome back, folks. In previous video, we talked about setting up the basic mechanics for the enemy. In previous video, when we were to collide with the enemy, we will die and disappear from the map. In this video, we'll go over how to make it a little bit more player-friendly. For example, what we want to do in this video is, when we collide with the enemy, instead of disappearing from the map, we want it to be just move to a different location and lose a life. So first, let's set up our lives. To do that, we're going to create a new global variable, add a variable, and we're going to call it life. And let's set it to 3. Click apply. Next, we need to create a text that will display our lives. You can either create a new text or you can just duplicate collect a coin's UI number. So let's just duplicate it. Right click, choose duplicate, and call it health points. Let's drag it on the screen, just like that. Let's double click on it. Initial text to display will be 3 because that's what our global variable is. Click apply. Now let's add the events. Let's go to the events. So now when our main character collides with the enemy and is on the floor, we want it to trigger just once. Click OK. We're going to delete our main character. We will change the variable life and subtract 1 because we just lost the health. And we want to display that in the text. So add action, health points, text, set to quotation marks plus life variable. Click OK. Let's go back to our level and let's preview. So now, if we were to collide with an enemy, our lives just changed. Went from 3 to 2. Now let's close it. One thing I noticed is that this number was moving as we were moving. And the reason why is because it's on a base layer. So let's change it to UI. Now when we move, this number will stay on screen in the spot we designated. The next step is, instead of deleting our character, let's just move it, let's say, over here. How do we do that? Well, let's go back to our events. Let's remove delete main character and let's add action. So what we want to do is for the main character to change its position. Click OK. Go back to the level. So now we need the coordinates for the X and Y axis. So what we want to do is when our main character collides with the enemy, it will be teleported back. Let's say over here. So our X coordinate, which by the way we can check right over here, our X coordinate is 288 and the Y coordinate is 878. So 288, 878. Let's go back to our events. 278. Oh. And the other one was 888. Let's move it to the top. And let's preview the game. So now we are going to collide with the enemy. We lost a life and we teleported back. Let's try this again. As you can see here, again we lost a life. Let's do this again. Now we reached 0 and we're teleported back. But the game doesn't end here. So let's change that. Let's close this. Let's go back. Let's add a new event. Select it. Select plus. Select event group. And we'll call it end of the game. And let's drag this to make a child. And we add a condition. So what we want to do is when our lives reach 0, we want to end the game. So click over here. Life. Let's delete this. Variable. Choose variable. Variable life equal to 0. We want to delete our main character. Let's go back and let's preview. Now let's bring our lives to 0. Here we go. And just like that, you set up a basic mechanic for life and death in your game. I will see you next video.